What's up? God, sorry. There's just so many things I've been trying to do. The fade on that the opening track is just it bothers me, and it's not as smooth. I wish I could just do a manual fade on that. It'd be fine, but I'll figure that out one of these days. So many things. What's up, Ryan? God, there's really a lot of things to do. Clean up that fade. Yeah. It's an automated thing within Streamlabs. And it's just not a smooth transition, and it bugs me. But yeah, sorry, I just chugged one of these bubbly water things, and I got another one because I'm keeping that throat lubed. I'll let you guys clip that one. Yeah, the fade thing is thinking about swapping out that P bass again. Oh, are you? Oh shit. Uh-oh. I mean, look, I love my jazz bass. That this guy over here. You know what? I don't show that off very often, and I should, because it's beautiful. I'm gonna grab this thing. Look at this. Look at that. This is a Fender jazz bass, and it's called Texas T. Texas T is the color scheme, because it's got like a oil spill look on that paint job. I love it. It looks like just black or dark when you're playing it, but when you look at it, you can see the light reflected off of it. So let me try to get it more in focus. There you go. Yeah, it's got this like gold shimmer to it. It's lovely. And then this pick guard is metal, but it's gold. It's beautiful. I love this thing. I'm not saying you need to go out and buy this bass, but it is beautiful. It's from the what is it? The Ultra. Yeah, it's from the Ultra line. American made. Let me put this back. I would feel bad if I didn't put it back properly. All right. Dang. I get my nose all runny. I gotta blow this real quick. Japanese Strat and a Mexican Jazz. Gotcha. Oh. Well, I'm a fan of your Strat. I'm not a Strat guy in general, but I like Ryan's Strat. It's a 97 Japanese Strat. But it's nice. It's nice. You know what? You know what I didn't do? Is pick my nose not on camera. No, real quick before we get too into the weeds. Up top, wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support this channel. I got some sweet gear there. My t-shirt. That's one of my designs. And then you got these tote bags. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of good stuff over at wilddinosaur.com. So check it out. Buy some merch. It's super helpful. Okay, what's Ryan saying? I'm sorry to have sidetracked the conversation. Strat's from 86, but it's a Squire. Wait, your Strat is from 86? I thought it was 97. Oh, you're looking into a new Strat and from 87? Huh. Oh, sorry. Yours is an American Strat. I thought it was a Japanese Strat. I think you were looking into those, right? That's what you were looking at. Anywho. What do I have today? It's also another slow news day, but there's stuff to talk about today. Gotcha. The Japanese Squire Strat you're looking at is from '86. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's all white. Just a guess. All right, so yeah, yesterday was a slow news day, and you heard me just rambling for a bit. Glittery blue, it's lovely. Oh man, okay. Interesting choice. I like that you're switching it up to the same things, basically. A P bass to a P bass and a Strat to a Strat. But hey, you know, like, that's the world we live in with guitars. There's just so many choices and options. I mean, I think about all the guitars I would love to have. There's not many more to the list. I mean, I see something and I like it, but honestly, I would prefer to switch that Les Paul out for an SG. Yeah, I don't really have any other big thoughts about guitar stuff, other than, I don't know, the thought just crossed my mind, with a little bit more input, income, and a better place to store guitars. I wouldn't mind having a second bass, a P bass on hand. I've always liked, I know they're kind of expensive, but I always like the Rickenbacker basses. And what did I was looking at some other ones. When I did not intend to buy that Fender Jazz bass. That was kind of an accident, and I would say I was upsold on it, but I walked into, where did I get that? I got that at Sam Ash in Hollywood, right across the street from Guitar Center. The Les Paul I got at Guitar Center in Hollywood. The bass I got in Sam Ash, which honestly I prefer. If you're gonna go into a store and play instruments, Sam Ash is probably a better bet than Guitar Center. Just because Guitar Center's inventory can be kind of weird sometimes. I don't know. I prefer Sam Ash. Guitar Center is more of a, I'm going there to experience Guitar Center in Hollywood. Sam Ash is the place where I would go buy stuff. But yeah, I went to go pick up a bass. I went down to LA to do it because I'd looked around and I liked Rickenbackers a bit, so I was gonna pick up a Rickenbacker. And they actually, the dude at the store who was helping me out, because they got guitars. There's it's a 2-story building, and where the guitar area is at, they have the guitars up on the walls. So if there's one you like, you have to get help to get it down. And so I had him get the Rick down for me, and I was playing it, and I really liked it, and I was just like, I don't know. And then the guy was like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "Honestly, kind of not sure." And he's like, "You know what? Let me show you something." And he pulled that bass down, and it was, I don't know, it was like $400 or $500 cheaper than the Rick. And I played that for a while, and I was like, sold. And I actually went in thinking, like, I don't want a jazz bass. I want this other thing. Walked out with a jazz bass. And you know what? If I had a clone of myself, it would be amazing to play the jazz bass and the jazz master. Just duet. Yeah, that's my bass story. That's how I got that bass. It's maybe one of the more interesting stories. There's The Jazz Master I got just because I had decided I'd like this style, and the Jazz Master is turning into my number one guitar. If you listen to any of my music in the past, the guitar I used on the majority of that, at least in the last 10 years, has been this what Ryan and I lovingly refer to as the Fender Freak Show. It's a custom made guitar. I didn't plan to talk about this, and it's in my closet in storage. It's one of two guitars I don't have space for out here. The other one's a Dan Electro semi hollow body 12 string. And anyways, the Fender that I have it's a custom made one. Bought it from my ex-girlfriend's cousin, who's a musician, touring musician, and he had a bunch of instruments in storage, and he was like, yeah, I'll sell you this for like $200. And it's the story is kind of confusing. Fender owns Squier. Squier's the kind of more affordable version of Fenders, for those of you who don't know. It's like Epiphone and Gibson. It's the same kind of thing. Epiphone is a more affordable version of Gibson guitars. Little cheaper parts, and they're not always worse. Just sometimes you just got to play guitar. And a friend of ours has a Squier Telecaster. I didn't play it when I was there, but it's a solid guitar, you know. So it's not always like the cheaper one's not always the worst option. Anyways, Squier put out a guitar called the Squier 51, and it looks kind of like a Strat a little bit. The body's slightly different, a little bit different, and then it has Telecaster parts, basically. It's a Telecaster neck, and some of the it's got a single coil neck pickup and then a humbucker in the bridge. And I really like that guitar because there's only one tone knob to it, and basically center is both pickups, and then to one side is the neck, the other side is the bridge, and it's just one knob. Other guitars sometimes have multiple knobs, and it's just, I don't know, the less the better for me when it comes to stuff on the guitar. But oh no, the phone's ringing. Oh, the dog. So that Fender 51. Oh, okay. I didn't finish the story. So that guitar didn't do very well for Squier. Fender really liked the guitar, and so they re-released it under the Fender label, but it's called the Fender Pawn Shop now. And a couple of months ago, I saw that they were actually going to start issuing those, because the pawn shop, it originally came out in like 2000 and the earlier 2000s, the Squier version, and then the pawn shop came a little bit later. But the one that I have was a custom built guitar from the Fender custom shop. My ex's cousin, she and uncle, they were touring musicians, and so they had friends in the industry, and somebody that worked at Fender made that guitar for them. But I have it now. And I've done a little bit of work to it. Twice I've taken it in to have knobs replaced, pots cleaned, things like that. And I recently had one of the neck pickup replaced, because the other one was really dull sounding, and it just, yeah, it turned into that. So that's my guitar story. I have something else music related that I'm going to talk about here up top, but I do want to let you know before the commercial break happens, I'm going to do a little extra commercial break, or there's one extra commercial. There's 4 commercials total today, because I'm trying something out. I have some older stuff that I wanted to throw in my commercial break, partially to see what you guys think. Some of you guys have seen some of these things before. Dark John is part of the commercial breaks for now. I might reuse some of them. But I also have a bunch of other commercials that I've made in the past that I'm gonna run through start putting into the commercial breaks. There's not as many as how many Dark Drowns I've made. We're starting to get to the end of how many Dark Drowns I've already made. So what was this story that I had? Let's see. I'm gonna read an article that I found from Spin Magazine. This was written by Marissa Whitaker, and it was published today. I just like this story because of the people involved, and it made me kind of sad because of the title of this is Primus and Ween Toast South Park in Wild 25th Anniversary Concert. So South Park, I guess, is 25 years old now, and that makes me really sad because that came out when I was in junior high. The first season of actually, I might have been in 6th grade. All I remember is there was who was it? Nick Miller from high school. He junior high and high school. In junior high, I remember him dressing up as Kenny from South Park, and everybody was trying to kill Kenny at school. So that's just crazy. I mean, what's the year? 2022? Oh man, I'm coming up on my 20-year high school reunion. I'm not gonna go to that. Tell you that much. So yeah, South Park is 25 years old, and I guess they had a concert to celebrate. And if you're not familiar, Primus does the theme song for South Park. Then going down South Park, gonna have ourselves time. That's Les Claypool. I think it's Primus, not just he's one of those artists that has a ton of side projects, so I don't think it's just, I think it's straight up Primus that did the theme song, which is cool. I like Primus. I've seen them live once. Unfortunately, it wasn't in their heyday. But I did see them at the Berkeley Greek Theater in Berkeley, which is it's a great theater. I really like that venue for big concerts. I've been there a couple of times. I think I mentioned it. It's one of the first times I saw Mars Volta was at the Greek. I actually had a Facebook reminder recently that had happened. Anyways, so I'm going to read this article, and it's titled Primus and Ween Toast South Park in Wild 25th Anniversary Concert. The only thing, excuse me, that was a rough start there. The only thing anyone seemed to know going into last night's epic South Park birthday bash at Colorado's, this was at the Red Rocks. That's cool. It was at the Red Rocks Amphitheater. Was that it was going to be wild and weird. In honor of the show's 25th anniversary, the show's creator Trey Parker and Matt Stone brought funk metal band Primus and Ween together for 2 sold-out nights of comedy, mayhem, and sing-alongs. They led a rousing Uncle Fucker backed by both bands. The stage was adorned with cutouts of snowy South Park trees, instruments, and a few lawn chairs and a cooler. Even Les Claypool seemed amused. What the hell is going on here, man? The Primus bassist asked at some point later on. That was the vibe of the night. Throughout the show, Primus and Ween, plus Parker and Stone, traded performing and sitting on stage to watch old friends from the best seats in the house. Dean Ween faced down Claypool for a brief yet thunderous guitar battle. This is so cool, he said. Technically the first time Primus, Ween, Parker, and Stone shared a stage was in Season 2 episode Chef Aid, in which animated versions of Primus and Ween performed sets at the Live Aid-inspired charity concert to help acquit the beloved chef character, voiced by Isaac Hayes. There's just a couple more paragraphs here. Before South Park first aired in 1997, Parker and Stone asked, 97. That would have been, I think, my 7th grade year. I think I was in 7th grade in 97. I think that's right. Yeah, my freshman year was 99. So that's right. Yeah, I've been in 7th grade. Before South Park first aired in 97, Parker and Stone asked Primus to record the show's now iconic theme. Last night, while wearing the same red striped coat and navy slackers as his animated self in the show intro, Claypool performed 3 different renditions of it. The original, slowed down version, the sped up second recording, and the newest and fastest one that features Claypool playing a jolting whamola instrument, all the while stomping goofily around the stage. The interchanging headliners gave the night a kind of variety show excitement. 1 minute we were hearing the songs from Ween, from Ween's The Mollusk, then back to Book of Mormon, then Primus covering Rush's Closer to the Heart. Laughs filled the venue while clips from South Park of Kanye West's obsession with fish sticks, and Butters hanging with Awesome O were projected on the giant boulders, cradling the stage. It wouldn't have been a South Park event without the possibly too far jokes and references, but it's South Park, so they can get away with it, right? The full band rendition of Sheila Broflovsky's Blame Canada had a black backdrop of the Canadian flag with a giant red X across it. Parker yelled, "Joe Biden took our jobs," in the notable South Park accent, which sounded more like Joe Biden tuckered. Considering him and Stone recently signed a $90 million deal, which renews South Park for 6 more seasons and 14 movies on Paramount Plus. I did not know about that. Holy crap. Sorry, Ryan, what'd you say? I saw Gene Ween and Dean Ween back Primus for Fish On in November of 2003. They went all Leonard Skinner Guitar Army on it. Dope. Yeah, it sounds like they kind of did that here a little bit. That sounds cool. 2003. That would, I guess that was a better time for maybe both of those bands. Yeah, I don't know. 2 emotional peaks of that night were that Primus, led by Ringmaster Claypool, who performed near record-sounding versions of Too Many Puppies, and with help from Stone voicing Butters during Tommy the Cat. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. The praise for these was solidified with chants of Primus sucks from the crowd, while Ween may have laid down a too heavy wah-wah on an extended electric voodoo lady. Things took an even stranger turn when Parker and Stone began closing the show dressed as royal court performers during the Battle of Lemmy-Winks. It's been a dream to be able to perform at Red Rocks, Parker sentimentally gushed to the colorful mass of tie-dyed Donning fans. And it just made sense that the night ended with a never-ending take of Boogers and Cum. And the encore followed with Team America, World Police, America, fuck yeah. We were just going to have a party or something to celebrate. Stone told the crowd of their initial plans to celebrate the Big 25. And the biggest party was the joy of seeing some music, seeing some of music and television's craziest dudes having an even better time than their like-minded audience. That's cool. I think that's cool. Right, and there's no such thing as too much wah on Voodoo Lady. There's definitely some songs that you can't go too heavy on with wah. Voodoo Lady's one of them for sure. That sounds like a really fun event. Red Rocks. I've never been to Red Rocks. I've always wanted to go. It looks beautiful. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but the Greek in Berkeley kind of, it's a smaller amphitheater. It's built into the hill, right above Berkeley campus. It's on Berkeley campus, but it's like above the campus. is kind of a version of Red Rocks for me here. But yeah, I've never been. I have luckily seen Primus one time. I saw them actually. I saw them at the Greek Theater. I saw them at the Greek Theater in Berkeley. In what year? It was when I was working at Half Price Books there. And Ryan, I went with Bobby. Bobby and I went to go see Primus, and Omar from Mars Volta, one of his side projects, opened. So it was like a perfect concert for me. It was it was two great bands at a place I liked going to, and hanging out with Bobby too. I've been to concerts with people that, I've been to concerts where the second I got into the concert with the person I was with, I kind of had to like get away because I wanted to enjoy the concert and not be a part of like anyone's drama or anything like that. And I don't know, I had a good time with Bobby. I think we ended up leaving like kind of early because I think either I had to work in the morning or Bobby had to work in the morning or something like that. But it was a good time. I had a good time with Bobby. And checking out Primus. And let me look up their discography real quick. Just because I don't remember what album. They were promoting an album when they were on this tour. And I remember they had giant space, like astronauts on the side of Green Naugahyde. That was the album. Yeah, it was, oh, sorry, I'm just looking at their wiki page real quick. When did that come out? 2011. Yeah, that's right. It was the Green Naugahyde tour. And yeah, they had these giant astronauts in full like space gear next to the stage. They ran the entire size of the amphitheater itself, and the helmets of the spacemen had monitors, big giant monitors where they were projecting like trippy images and stuff from Primus. It was cool. It was a good show. It's 5:30. I'm gonna jump into a commercial break real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about streaming services because there's some stuff going on. I made some statements about Warner Brothers, and I did find out some new information. But I wanna talk about the future of streaming. So come back in just a little bit, and we'll talk about that.
You still got pets? They still trying to get married? We got hamsters or something? Well, whatever you got, consider having a big day at Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities. We've got chairs and grass. Look at this log.
And this nervous guy.
We remodeled recently, so it's like a brand new magical paradise next to the same dumpster that you're used to off exit 7. Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities. Only the best for your pets.
Occupy that ass.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too.
This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons. so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. What'd you think? What'd you think about the addition of Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities? I know both Dark John and Richard are in that one Wild Dinosaur commercial, but I like simulating breaks, commercial breaks. Sorry, I had to scratch my foot. Oh yeah, you know what I did today? Developed more sweaty pits. No, I did not work on Unreal Engine today. I am a little bit overwhelmed with that. I have a lot of projects going on, and Unreal Engine is a little bit more work than I can put in right now, I think, with all the stuff I'm trying to accomplish. That doesn't mean I'm done trying to figure it out. It mostly means that I would like to find people who can use Unreal Engine or Blender or Cinema 4D or Maya. I mean, any 3D artist would be a great person to know and work with on some of the stuff I would like to be doing. But I did work. I tried to sit down and write a little bit today for my short film, which is, I'm not going to give away too much of the plot, but it's a historical fiction. It's about California history, and I was a couple years ago, I had planned out 3 seasons of this show. Sorry. What did Ryan say? Learning Unreal on your own takes a huge amount of effort and even more time. Yeah, for sure. I like to just jump in and try to learn stuff, and I did download it and got it mostly working. I got the current version is Unreal 5, and I think I might need to download 4 to have it run a little smoother. But I do think it'll be really beneficial to have that available to me, be it me learning it or somebody I know who I trust with their artistic vision in one of these 3D programs. I think it can really benefit filmmakers these days to utilize these tools. And after watching the ILM documentary, I just walked away being like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can to make cool movies and stuff like that. What was I saying? Oh, I started writing today a bit, and I had a lot more mapped out for my show. This 3-season show that I had planned originally. I mapped it out a lot better than I'd remembered, and I went back to those notes, and I'm trying to take the core elements of the story and turn it into a short. And I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to give myself 3 acts, basically a 3-act structure and a 10 to 15 minute short. So I was working on that today a little bit. I didn't get much of the actual writing done, but I have been doing a little bit of historical research on certain people. And it is historical fiction, so I'm going to be, playing loose with some of the things that happened with certain people. Not really too much of the main cast, but I don't know. I'm excited about this because this is a project I've been working on for, 4 years, something like that. No, longer than that. I started this when I was living in Sacramento, so 5 or 6 years. And I really started to start getting like the ideas down on paper after research and stuff like that. a while ago, so things are starting to come along. I need to get. I would like to have my story structured and almost done. Basically, a rough draft before I take my next class, my writing class next quarter, because that's what I want to use to work on all quarter. So yeah, that's what I was doing today. Yeah, it's a balance between music, filmmaking, and learning new stuff every day. That's what I'm trying to do, is tackle a little bit here or there, and try to reach out and meet new people. I haven't networked as well as I should have since I've been back in Southern California, but I don't know. Hopefully I can work with some people through school and stuff like that. I mean, I already have worked with a couple of people through school. Most of the people I've met have been like actors or directors or cinematographers. Not so many people that I know on the like graphics end or effects end of things. But anyways, all right, what did I want to talk about today? This streaming services. The battle is real. We talked about Warner Brothers. I'm not gonna totally correct myself, because my opinion still kind of stands. I did hear, so after I went off on not caring about what people are thinking about Warner Brothers right now, I still don't, mostly, but I did hear some newer information that I hadn't heard before. And actually, I listened to Kevin Smith talking about this. He's a good person to listen to in regards to Warner Brothers, because he has a working relationship with Warner Brothers, and he was working on something that was canceled due to this merger. So one thing I found out regarding Batgirl is, and I should have thought about this before, there is definitely insurance things that can happen. So like, Batgirl will never see the light of day at this point, and that is because it seems like Warner Brothers is gonna be, you can get, I guess, through film taxes and stuff like that, you can get money back on unreleased projects, but you can never release them. Otherwise, it becomes a monetary product, and you have to pay that money back or whatever. And so that $90 million that they spent on Batgirl, they're probably gonna get $30 or $40 million back from taxes for not ever releasing it. So there's that. It's a weird thing, but it's the movie industry, and I mean, they're still losing like what, $40-50 million, or wait, no, $60-70 million by not releasing it, but they get 20 million, 30 million back on it. So that's just the gamble they were willing to take. Is the $70 million loss on that. But what was the other thing that I learned about Warner Brothers? Oh, is that, and I was saying they won't ever get rid of HBO Max, and I'm still not sure that they will. But I guess David Zaslav, who's running Discovery, who bought Warner Brothers, the merge is happening with them. So I guess he was the guy responsible for killing CNN Plus, which was a streaming service for CNN. And it was a huge financial failure. I don't know all the details on that one and how that, I know people were kind of not happy that I don't know. People didn't really like the CNN app. But to me, if I'm going to, run a media company and something's not working, I'm not just going to totally get rid of it. I'm going to retool it and maybe trying to find an angle that works until we can expand and grow into something more. Now, I'm not saying CNN and Warner Brothers are the same thing, because they are not. You know, you can do the CNN app and watch Anderson Cooper clips, or, you know, any of the other news stuff on there. Warner Brothers is different because they have a library of stuff. And I guess David Zaslav had said he wanted to merge it with Discovery Plus, and Discovery Plus being the main app. I do think that's a terrible idea because of the name recognition of HBO Max, the fact that it has such a high status in the streaming service environment already. Most people I know, that's one of the few that they retain. HBO, Disney, and maybe Hulu, or, you know, Netflix, or, you know, I think we all kind of bounce around now, but so many people I know really like HBO Max, and I have it myself. I like it. I'm interested to see how that merger is going to work, and the ideas that they have aren't totally bad ideas, but Warner Brothers, we've been down this road, minus the whole merging of HBO Max, but we've been down the road of like all of the stuff they said about DC, and they're trying to do the Marvel thing. Yeah, they've been telling us that for 10 years, and then they stopped once it was a failure, and then they had to, like, we're still in the process of course correcting with all that stuff. So we'll see what they do with that. But another thing that's popped up here that I saw regarding streaming services is that Disney Plus, they're moving into a plan service, not just you're $7 or $8 a month for Disney Plus. They're going to be doing a pricing plan pretty soon. I can read this whole article, I guess. I'm gonna skim it. I'm gonna read some of it. I'll open this up with what they have. This is from Variety, written by Todd Spangler, published today. Disney has set pricing and date for U.S. launch of the version of Disney Plus with ads, while also hiking the monthly price for Disney Plus tier with no ads. It's also going to raise the rates for Hulu, both ad-supported and ad-free versions, and introduce new Disney bundle options. Disney Plus Basic, which is the name of the plan with ads, will launch in December 8th in the U.S. for $7.99 a month. That's the price of the current ad-free version of Disney Plus, which at the time will be bumped up to $10.99 a month, a 38% increase, and will be known as Disney Plus Premium. The ad-supported version of Disney Plus will include all of the same content that's available in the ad-free tier, although some titles may not run advertising, according to the company. Disney Plus Basic will launch with about 4 minutes of ads per hour. It will start with 15 and 30-second spots, but will expand to a full suite of ad products over time. Disney advertising sales president Rita Farrow said it at an investment conference this spring. Disney Plus with ads will not accept political or alcohol ads, nor will it run ads in kids' profiles or against preschool programming. The company expects that the majority of Disney Plus consumers will opt out for cheaper ad-supported plan over time, similar to Hulu, which has 2/3 of its subscriber base on ad-supported plans. The strategy appears aimed at mitigating Disney Plus subscriber irritation over the price hike on the no ads plan and the inevitable cancellations with the intro of Disney Plus Basic at the same price point, albeit with ads stuck in the mix. Meanwhile, as of October 10th, Disney will increase the price of Hulu with ads from $6.99 to $7.99 per month, while the ad-free tier will go up from $12.99 to $14.99 per month. The Disney bundle in the U.S., Hulu with ads, Disney Plus with no ads, and ESPN will go from $13.99 to $14.99 per month. The premium version of the bundle, Hulu with no ads, Disney Plus with no ads, and ESPN will remain at $19.99 per month. As previously announced, ESPN rates will increase in August, going from $6.99 to $9.99 per month. With our new ad-supported Disney Plus offerings and the expanded lineup of plans across the entire streaming portfolio, we will be providing greater consumer choice at the variety of price points to cater to the diverse needs of our viewers and appeal to the even broader audience, Kareem Daniel, chairman of Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution, said in a statement. Disney announced its upcoming streaming prices and plans and reporting results for the June 2022 quarter, which topped Wall Street's estimate. The company gained 14.4 million Disney Plus subs in the period, handily topping the 10 million that analysts forecast to reach 152.1 million as of July 2nd. In 2023, the company plans to expand the rollout of Disney Plus with Ads International, CFO Christine McCarthy told Analysis. Here's the new pricing for Disney's direct-to-consumer streaming services as of December 8th, except where noted in the U.S. Disney Plus Basic with ads is going to be $7.99 per month, no annual option. Disney Premium with Disney Plus Premium with no ads is going to be $10.99 per month, with a $9.99 annual plan if you want to do it by the year. Hulu Basic with ads is going to be $7.99 per month or $79.99 annually. Hulu Premium with no ads will be $14.99 per month with no annual options. ESPN Plus will be $9.99 per month with $9.99, basically $100 for annual fee. Hulu prices increase effective October 10th. ESPN prices effective August 23rd. So the bundle plans for Disney: Basic with ads, Disney Plus and Hulu, $9.99 per month. Basic with ads, Disney Plus, Hulu plus ESPN is going to be $12.99 per month. Legacy, Disney Plus, no ads, Hulu with ads, and ESPN with ads is going to be $14.99 per month. And then the premium Disney Plus, no ads, Hulu, no ads, and ESPN with ads is going to be $19.99 per month for existing subscribers only. Hulu plus live TV. Basic includes Hulu, S video on demand with ads, Disney Plus with ads, ESPN. That's $70 per month. And then the legacy includes Hulu, S video on demand with ads, Disney Plus no ads, and ESPN for $75 a month. And then the premium includes Hulu, S video on demand without ads, Disney Plus no ads, and ESPN Plus, $82.99 per month for existing subscribers only. So that's that article. That's a lot of money that's going to be tossed around for Disney. This is the future of streaming. That's kind of where we're at. Hulu, that expensive one, the 82 or 83 per month, sounds expensive, but it can be cheaper than cable in some instances. My stepdad still uses cable, and for some reason, for him having two or three controllers to run the TV and the cable is more it's less complicated than just having like a streaming television. Like, I don't know, I haven't my TV over here, I have an Apple Plus or an Apple TV that I go with it, but you turn it on and it's like, you want to use Netflix. I mean, even the remote for it. Yeah, the remote for it has a Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus button. Like, you can do it just through the TV. And I think, if I remember, he pays over $100 a month for cable. So if you're just doing Hulu, I mean, he watches news. He likes live news, and I think the that package, the Hulu Live, will do that. I think you can watch, like, you know, certain news programs live through the Hulu Live. But this is the future. This is what's going on. There's price points happening. What I hope doesn't happen, and it probably will, because capitalism, is once Disney Plus caps at its subscriber base, I mean, people always come and go as subscribers from all of these services, but Disney Plus specifically, you know, they've got Star Wars and Marvel, Pixar, a bunch of other stuff, like all of the Disney stuff. The Disney library is great, actually. There's a lot of rewatchable content for kids and families and stuff like that. And I think what I'm afraid of is, we don't always know what the numbers look like, right? And so these companies have been missing out on, you know, box offices, for example, over COVID. You don't get like a $300 million opening, or, well, you don't get a $300 million opening weekend. You get a $50-60 million opening weekend, maybe a little bit more, depending on or you can. Disney movies will usually get a pretty good opening weekend, just in general, right? They'll make large sums of money on one project, one weekend, and then you get the following weeks where, you know, a movie eventually ends up making $250 or $500 million, and whatnot. And they have historically been able to rely on that as a source of income, a large source of income, and that hasn't been the case. And so a lot of people leaned into streaming, but you don't make continual, like, large sums of money off that. You just make the subscription fees. We all pay $7-8 or whatever for Disney Plus, but that might not be enough money for Disney, right? Now, I would like to see some of the content that we have been getting with maybe a slightly higher budget, and so if a couple of dollars helps get that budget up. I mean, we're talking about Star Wars, where they can take video game funds or whatever and put it, whatever they're making as a company, and put it towards the film. But I don't want this to be a thing where, you know, every year, every 2 years, or every 3 years, Disney's like, oh, we're not making enough money, so subscriptions are gonna have to go up $3. I think that's the world we're living in. It's nice that they're offering us plans, because we do have more options than when we were using cable. But it is a weird world, all of this streaming stuff. And I don't know, HBO's not going away. I mean, HBO as an entity is not going away, but HBO Max, it might. There's a possibility of this merger, you know, turning into something else. And I don't want to have to re-sign up for another service when I'm already paying for the one that I want, even though that's going to get merged into something else. And this isn't even the first time that Warner Brothers has had this problem with streaming services. I don't know if anybody remembers, but before HBO Max came out, there was a DC Universe app where all of their stuff was at. You could watch all the CW stuff. There was animated stuff. That's where they premiered Teen Titans, or the Titans, not Teen Titans, not the animated show, the live action one, and Swamp Thing, which didn't do very well. I think they only did one season of that. And Doom Patrol, and I like Doom Patrol. I do like Doom Patrol. I was actually looking to see when that was coming back yesterday. But the show Doom Patrol is really good. Brendan Fraser for the win there. And if you're upset about the Batgirl thing, this was news that not a lot of people, I think, got, was the villain of that was going to be Firefly. And Firefly was going to be played by Brendan Fraser. So that would have been cool. But he is also, you know, he's kind of having a little bit of his comeback. And part of that is Doom Patrol. He plays Robot Man in Doom Patrol. He's really good in it. So what do you guys think? Are you worried about prices going up? Are you worried about the state of streaming at all? I'm not worried about this, about, like, you know, streaming going away. Disney is not having any talks, you know, of getting rid of their streaming services. Hulu, Netflix, Amazon's killing it. I mean, I don't have a lot of positive things to say about Amazon as a company, but The Boys is good. Invincible's really good. There's been a couple other things on Amazon Prime that I've enjoyed. And then we're getting the Lord of the Rings show shortly. I keep forgetting when that comes out. If I could spell correctly. There we go. September 2nd. That's right. They moved that one a couple of days. So we're still a little bit away from that one. Not worried about Disney raising the prices. Past a certain point, they won't be able to publish enough to keep me interested. Yeah. I think that's another thing that they have to pay attention to is, you know, I talk about Marvel and Star Wars, but there's a lot of people that are kind of over it, especially Marvel right now, because there's almost a requirement to keep up with Disney Plus series and all of the movies and things like that. And I think, well, my friend Jason had mentioned before that he was over the Marvel stuff, and I still like Marvel stuff, and I'm still going to talk about it, but I totally understand that people are, like, not about it. I mean, also, we're adults now, so, like, I'm not trying to shame anybody who's into it, but we have lives and things that we need to take care of, and I don't know. I do pay attention to them because the fact that Marvel specifically, the first Avengers movie really piqued my interest again at film. And so I don't know if I would have been down the same path of doing my certificate program. I don't know if I'd be in the certificate program if I hadn't gone to see the Avengers movie when it first came out. Maybe not. I don't know. But it definitely inspired me and pushed me in a direction, film-wise, that I wasn't already pursuing. So I mean, I think content is also a thing. Let's see. Still have about 15 years worth of animated features to watch once that's done, though. I won't be doing their catalog like that ever again. Yeah, I mean, they have Ryan, you've told me, or we've talked quite a bit about, you guys are going through the catalog. There's still a lot of good stuff, and yeah, it's not stuff I really rewatch. I like some of the animated stuff. Like, I like Toy Story, but I haven't watched a Toy Story movie in years, and I don't know that I will. So for me right now, Marvel and Star Wars have got Disney's got my money because of that. There's benefit too, because they like that ILM documentary. I really, really, really liked that, and that's another thing that's keeping me around. The other thing, and I don't know if you guys do this, Ryan, but there's quite a bit of really entertaining National Geographic stuff on Disney Plus. I really like some of the Drain the Ocean stuffs. There is a guy, is his name Albert Lee, I think is his name, And he does some really cool stuff. There's some of these Drain the Oceans and a couple other documentaries that he's done where they do LiDAR and they go and they like scan landscapes and stuff. He was part of the team. Actually, I think it was his team that found, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's an episode of one of his shows where they go to the jungles of around why am I forgetting the name of it? It's completely skipping my brain. Is it in Peru where they basically sculpted the mountains? Is it oh my gosh, why am I forgetting? This is a total brain fart on my end. Anyways, in recent years they found that wasn't the only area that had been manicured by ancient peoples, and that the entire valley that set in had been what is the term? I'm forgetting words. I'm gonna rewatch this episode just to see that face that I made. Oh my gosh, what's it called? This is gonna kill me, and I'm not ending the show until until I figure this out. Oh, yep, that's the one. Machu Picchu. I'm an idiot. It was right there. So they like terraformed. They landscaped the hills. And anyways, long story short, the Nat Geo stuff that they have on Disney Plus is really cool. They do a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, I'm fascinated with how some of this new technology helps us find some of the answers lost to time. And surprisingly enough, lasers solve all of our problems. So anyways, I think to finish up this streaming conversation, one of the benefits that we all have is month to month. We're not tied into cable plans that we used to be, and have to come install a dumb box that, if you lost the remote, it was $300 penalty or whatever, just the dumb stuff. Just there's not enough stuff on Netflix. Oh, don't worry. I see you, Jason. Don't worry. Sorry. Yeah. I would like to see a poll. I should try to put a poll up. What time people think would be best. I do kind of like the 5 p.m. time slot, but I don't know. If more people tell me to move the time slot around, I am not opposed to that. But yeah, I was just talking about the yeah. And these streaming platforms, they have deals now. Jason, I was just talking about how Disney Plus released. They have a bunch of new plans because they're doing ads and ad free, and then there's all the bundle stuff too, where you get Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN with or without ads, and the new pricing system that they're doing with that this $7.99 I think is going up to $8.99 plan, but again, like so many people do is and myself included, if there's nothing on a platform, you just don't pay for it, you just get rid of it, and then you hear one or two things that piques your interest is coming on, you get it for a month, and then you cancel it. You paid $20-$30 or whatever the pricing is for whatever platform you are looking for. Say you want to watch say you're done with Disney for a while, and then they put out, 2 Star Wars series and a movie, you can get it for a month and then cancel. So it is nice to not have to deal with the cable companies in that capacity anymore. But anyways, Jason, I know you just got here. I'm sorry. It's the end of the show. Yeah. That's another good thing that Jason just said, is check with your cell phone provider. They often have free subscriptions and deals. I think Pat did something. What was it? He got, I forget what it was, but he had something, and he got like a free HBO subscription. So that's good. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the stream for me. I'm gonna go eat something. I need to go run some errands too. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going at 5 until something comes up. I'm trying to get Dusty back on the show, because we're gonna do a Game of Thrones conversation before House of the Dragon. I just finished season 8 of Game of Thrones last night. I had seen it before, but I'm not a hater. I'll save most of the conversation. I'm not a hater of season 8 as most people are. It has its problems, but ultimately would have been fixed with 1 to 3 more episodes. My opinion. Anyways, I'll talk about that later. Try to get Dusty on here one of these days. Maybe we'll get Pat back on. I'll talk about some stuff. Don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com. Buy some merch. It's the best place to support the channel. Aside from liking and subscribing, I don't usually do the subscribe thing, but I need subscribers. So, like, subscribe, share, tell people about Jon Does. And I'm in the all of the ideas I have. Jon Does eventually. Jon will be doing stuff, not just sitting and talking about stuff. So those are some plans I have. But aside from wilddinosaur.com, I have a link in the description for to donate to Planned Parenthood, because it's a really important cause to me and at least 50% of our population. Planned Parenthood does a lot of great stuff. You're looking for free balloon animals. They usually have bowls of them in the lobby. So yeah, go donate to Planned Parenthood. They really need it. But let's see. Is there anything else I have? That's it. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 with another Jon Does episode. So I'll see you guys then. Later.